Never been homesick a day in me life until I sailed to Cyseal.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks. Nothing worse than being stuck on land.
Halt! These gates are to remain closed at all times. Captain's orders. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle. The sort. You can see security's tighter than ever around here since that surprise attack the Orcs put on a fortnight ago. They did enough damage. We can only hope to hold back the undead.
Slimy, reeking, rotten sea garbage. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you.
Better to evacuate this.
Better to evacuate this place.
A drink and gam.
What's this? I found something.
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
So, which of you is more deserving of
Those men hardly. But if one were to reduce the quantity of... Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen. Certainly, what would you like to know? The councillor. Terrible loss, that. From what I can tell, it seems to be a... I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in... Me? Why, it was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. Not to mention that it's been my guide... Yes. If that's how we're referring... She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time... She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic... But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silver Glen by name. Utter rubbish, I say.
Stone? Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
Anybody? Excuse me? This is a private sick room. I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation. But perhaps... What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead. Quite the venerable staple of Cyseal, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. Nearly everyone in Cyseal is for... Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a use. You are? Yes, Boris deserves to experience... Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man.
Thank the seven.
No, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning? What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible! Terrible! By the quill that laughed. Oh, yes. Proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your... As for how I got here, well, for a how you got here on such a tiny and rapidly... at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think... Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens, and feast your soup...
Might be quite...
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's...
Junk.
The portal has become active. Fantastic. Astounding. Onward we should go. The portal. It's quite You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Those torches, a light! This portal active. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much. It is the void itself. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. Though I cannot say for certain if it is. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered. But why spoil the mystery? As soon as after you, you first, but yes, just as I hoped. There she is! There it is! Come up, don't delay!
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady?
Indeed, Sir Imp.
Astounding!
You have brought guests,
My reaction exactly, milady. It was that.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive? If any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details, but you are different. Of you, so please, do tell me. How did you arrive? A stone. So. Not like this, no. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, but yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you...
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see...
Like the stones, your guests are source hunters. It would seem Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Do you see what violence my work has suffered?
Mysteries of all time.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch.
I see.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone... If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why. It seems that...
Why, of course! That's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry...
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zack, please, our most mysterious guest, are you...
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting Source in Rivellon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. No matter how improbable, anything is possible.
For you if you're up to the challenge. The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest no. With you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what Luckily, the power of portals is known to you. Off you go, then. You've Starstone to find.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she
Like the imp said to the ballista up, wouldn't it just? Would that I had a starstone just like yourselves. Starstones are cute. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by deep ruins, caves, the lair. Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a But of course, I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to so gather those starstones so that we may know the history that was lost. Neither do I, but the mere fact that activated starstone has set the this in turn more than we may not understand the how yet, but lonesome observing the frontier of creation. Well, yes, actually. I don't. Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is before you go. I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can.
How welcome you are in the ethereal threads of eternity, the drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and except, it seems, ask and I am the weaver of time. I am but what I am. Perhaps we are one and the same. Am I the beginning? Alas, the answers to those questions still elude me. A hidden answer lies behind this veil of inscrutability, though. For the link between you and the stones, I believe that starstones will not lead you to new places of wonder only. No. They will also lead to new... Quite so. Your absence. I do not know you. Which makes you my... But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. What it is, is but a seed bereft of sun and water. I reside in another realm altogether. Oh, Hunter, I have no need for company. Like I have no need for air or appetite or affect. And yet, I do enjoy your companionship. I think that perhaps you can redeem time, because you know that no longer I did weave. I sat here at the end of time, but suddenly there was you. New threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me these starstones. Please. How might I serve our mission?
I wonder, do you know more about the void? What it is?
I am the last chest. The last chest. The last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to
The gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking.
Good to see you. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! The Lady of Time, the Weaver of History, I am your biggest fan.
How might I serve our mission? In the ethereal, the drift of accept.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your... I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know... And I'll be delighted to give it. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a... That means the task you have been given remains... While you were being lectured by our friend the historian, and the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with him. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our world... But perhaps I speak only... Like any cat worth its salt, though, Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. I'll not pretend to have all the answers, all that I understand, or if Zigzags worries, I met him first, so I told him who I was and showed him. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. Oh, before you go, you'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its... Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall detain...
Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires are whose invention, the stasis blaster. Quite a sight, no? These days we legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were...
You don't think it's effective, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage. Yeah?
To evacuate this place while there's still some left to save, I say. Go whilst the going's good. Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite, serving the seven.
Don't let that rooster escape! He's already on the...
True story indeed.
That was close. Thanks for catching Fidgety Jack here. I guess he got enough. Let's have that bird then, shall we? Come to see what delectable... I'm Chef Maurice, the one and only culinary con...
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite, serving the seven.
It never ends around it.
It's heating up.
Murder within the...
Drink and gum.
Toasty!
Oh, where's my pepper?
Warm as
Did it
dragon's
sprout
breath.
legs and run away? Not much about zombie. We'll have none of that. You hear?
Toasty!
Only the popular girls from the Source Academy can see how edgy and dangerous you've become. A source hunter will always...
Well, Mayor Cecil will be happy to see the light.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. My elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Cyseal, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Cyseal. Oh, what? Oh, you mean Cyseal? Very difficult times indeed. As though the undead have overrun all but one northern trade route. Well, that's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves Jake murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now, most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is as you can imagine. I've known Esmeralda for years. An all right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole what? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years, those blasted skeletons. What of what now? Ah, you mean the staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing is... His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Cyseal hub. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the west. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But, you see, When a lady and a... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor, for that depends. What kind of... Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Cyseal. Marvelous.
Meow.
A source hunter? Me? I live alone here in town. Used to... he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring that band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to...
What? Oh, yes. This library, my Victoria, has every volume you could possibly imagine. And she's got every speck of information about this place. Yes. Victoria's come a long way from that. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will...
The lesser key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. Omnes autem mali daemon. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. For you hardly No. A source hunter. Why? Simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. Now, I hate what I hunt, but this is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. On one condition. That on our joint travels we will never...
You speak before your turn. I, for one, am not ready to make that promise.
Oh, simple souls. Oh, doomed spirits. What tangled webs you'd weave.
In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal. Be welcome, human. My library, I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, when I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for the fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. He raised me like I was his own. This kind... Indeed you may. Who placed this book here? A volume of
The
poetry,
lesser key of Sadakandras. What
Mayhem.
nonsense. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Who placed this book here?
This
A
isn't the
volume of
grimoire
poetry
I'm
among
looking for.
novels? Urak.
The
Mayhem.
Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Sternticken. Hey, stop that!
I need something more
That doesn't belong to us, you know.
And the first edition, too.
placed this
Most
book
promising.
A volume of poetry.
Overzealous? No such thing when it comes to sniffing out sorcerers. I say we ought to be able to take a...
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced.
Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wiped those muddy... Oh, he's always been something of a rascal. For my... That band of... Kajdanor. Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
The lesser key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. The Pseudo-Monarchia Daemon.
Place this book here.
The first
A
edition,
volume
too.
of poetry among
Most
novels.
promising.
Urak. Mayhem.
The lesser key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels. Urak. Mayhem.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
place this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it
Where's
by
the
heart.
third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. And the Source Hunter. Why? Simply because now this is a sentiment on one condition.
Agreed. Nothing.
Most gratifying.
See-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stentiken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Kajdenor. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Time for farm potatoes.
Dearest customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
Ain't a big cheese on your blood with a wheel of the good stuff.
Sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Ain't a big cheese on your blood with a wheel of the good stuff. Ain't a big cheese on your blood with a wheel of the good stuff.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens! Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
A good day to you.
Ain't a big cheese on your blood with a wheel of the good stuff.
Source hunters, eh? If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry. Now that the herd's gone, I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of... Yes. Source hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. Things is chaos.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
A good day to you.
If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry... Yes. Oh, Ogget's been missing for more than a fortnight.
Hello, proportionate one. I'm a painter by trade, as you can see, but a cartographer at heart. You might think there isn't enough work. I travel around Ambervale, mastering my craft and finding new subjects to add to my litany of lovely portraits.
Delicious dogfish. Yours for a scrap of gold. Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Not the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine almond land. Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Well, hello there.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses. Any takers? Come on, you chickens.
Get it one.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine almond land. Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff. Any takers? Come on, you chickens.
Well, hello there.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
See, no one's around.
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repay.
Come now, I'll be good for it. I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now? If it's steal... Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Cyseal began. So what do you think? Should I...
See if you can choose the finest greens.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man a fish. This man should learn to stand on his own
I suppose you've got a point. Another day, another rum...
That thief is free for now. But I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly said you thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope you're in...
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots. taken to a woolly lass instead of that heifer. Potions to bemuscle you.
You there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by...
Ha!
My word. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me. I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan. Psst. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Oh, pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has... It won't be the worst indignation.
We will have none of that, you hear? You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your head off. I am Reginald the Illusionist. Purveyor of... I think you've gotten quite familiar enough by now, thanks...
Think at him. The great Sigurd and his rainbow...
What are you looking at me for? I'm nothing but your average man taking in the best show I've ever... Well, I've stumbled into quite the fine gig. I just let my appreciation for it...
Zombie ate your dog? Orc sunk your ship? No matter. You're at Katerina's fair. A very... Well, I'm Katerina the Fair. Fairest First Lady of the Fair, of course. I do love making... I've an open stage in one... The theatre's favor has overcome you, has it? Marvelous. I do so... Check the library and see if any of... Right away, my dear. Just as... Speak to Master Chaucer if you're...
My word!
Fantastic! Today, I think, at King, the great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said and...
Bravo! Yeehaw!
Performers! Showmen!
My word!
Cyseal and tornado!
Fantastic!
And who are you? Oh, I should have been... No. Really? Don't you have an impressive library here? Katerina's given the go-ahead. Tell me when you're ready to begin. Ready for your trial by... Not planning on...
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated. The stage is yours.
No, I hope there's an encore.
The crowd seems to know the tale. They wholly approve of your beginning.
Bravo!
The crowd is thrilled. Whatever will happen next is sure to excite them. The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery. Keep it up.
Marvelous.
Simply marvelous.
The crowd gasps. They're on the edge of their seats. Go on. Push them over. Gasps ring out across the audience. They must know how it ends. They simply must. The crowd explodes into applause.
Fantastic! Come on!
No, I hope there's an encore.
Hear the stage calling you.
Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course you are. And as I said, speak to Master Chaucer.
For his big debut. What is it this time? Bravo! Bravo! Well, I'm certainly not afraid of No. Really?
I hadn't. No. You there! Sit! Stay a while! Don't pity me! No, sir! Just when Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? Talk, it seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little giz. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less a person whose sole job is to praise the performance and stir a crowd. A genius. Please, you must.
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in... Well, I don't see why I should. Reginald and I have grown rather friendly, you know? And in any case, it'll be hard to pull myself away from this fantastic show.
He craved creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm.
My word!
Today, I think, and him.
Fantastic!
The great and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst.
Fantastic!
So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he...
Well, I guess it's been long enough since I've stretched my wings a bit.
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
Performers, showmen, show all of them. Cyseal, what you're made of. Pardon beer and flatulence. Performers, showmen.
Hey, it's you again! I don't have to tell you that Cedric's act will help you banish belly fat and inspire your kids to...
Oh, that Gallagher is quite the performer. One of my own ilk. Performers, showmen, show all of them. Cyseal, what you're made of.
Tricks for kids? Strange. You appear to be my only client. Did the whole of Cyseal eat? Aye. These Cysealian cows wouldn't dare chew their cud without the full support of the herd. Without my crowd warm, I knew that fool could never have garnered so much as a guff.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti... Oh, excuse... It won't be the worst indeed.
Thank you eternally for your help. That strange reaction you caused. Blue lightning from a healing stone. I've never seen anything like it. And the stone looks different now.
Now, that tone Smoothing the course.
Not here, not now. We'll be better off speaking in the privacy of the cellar. There are eyes and ears. You know the healer's clinic, don't you? He keeps us... If Reginald's... Not here, not now. We'll be better off speaking in the privacy of the cellar. There are eyes and ears. It won't be the worst. Not here, not now. We'll be better off speaking in the privacy. It won't be the worst. Not here, not now. It won't be the worst indignation. Not here, not now. We'll be better off... You know the healer's clinic, don't you? Oh, what's his name? Theliron. Yes, behind Theliron's house of healing. He keeps a spare key right near the place in a pen guarded by a To Reginald's cellar, Source Hunter, before we're seen. Not here, not now. We'll be better off speaking in the It won't be the word.